There is a staggering amount of game shows on YouTube. There are shows about Mario, shows about Google Slides, and even shows about Jimmy Fallon. So naturally, I asked myself, what's missing? The answer was obvious. Beans. Now, the rules of this game show are simple. I'm giving my viewers 5 magic beans. If they can reach 1,000 magic beans by the end of 3 bean-themed minigames, I will give them 5 YouTube memberships. That's like $15 whole, so there's a lot on the line. But before we begin, I'm sure you're probably wondering, where did I get these magic beans? I sold my cow. Let's go to the first minigame. Bean Trivia. True or false? In ancient Greece, public officials were elected by beans. Do you get extra beans for typing I love beans? I mean, you typed it and you didn't get any magic beans, so I don't think so, unfortunately. True! Ancient Greeks voted using 2 colors of beans. Apparently, the birthplace of democracy was founded upon beans. 71% of you said false, but 29% of you said true. So we're gonna give you 29 beans. Remember, you're trying to get to 1,000, so you got a long ways to go. Can you trade jelly beans for magic beans? If you send me jelly beans right now, then yes. Absolutely. What is the current world record for most baked beans eaten with a toothpick in a team of 4 with a 3-minute timer? So 4 people, 3-minute timer, eating beans with toothpicks. We got some votes coming in. Some people say 804. Vote nothing because if no one votes, everyone wins. I don't think that's how that works. The first 2 options are odd numbers, but the team has 4 members and 4 is an even number. Think about it. Maybe it is divisible by 4. Maybe. We're gonna end the poll. Let's find out. The answer? 559. That wasn't an option. My bad. I typed in 551 instead of 559. Oops, that's awkward. So we're just gonna say the 551 was the correct answer. Only 6% of you chose the correct answer. So we're gonna give you 6 more beans. There was no correct answer. You have to give us 100 beans as compensation. I'll take you to 50. I'll just take you to 50 and we'll call it good. Okay, 50 out of 1,000. But we still have a lot more of the game show, so don't even sweat it. All right, question 3. In the 1997 film Bean, what is Mr. Bean's birthday revealed as? If you guys don't know this, you are fake Bean fans. Obviously, it's January 6th. Also, I would like to point out this. His given name is Mr. So Mr. isn't a title, it's his actual name, which is crazy. 13% of you said January 6th. You guys are kind of struggling with the trivia portion, not gonna lie. Question 4, true or false? I am not better than my mom at Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. How are we supposed to know? Hey, this is just bean trivia. If you don't know the answers to common knowledge about beans, I don't know what to tell you. Just Google this. I don't know if you could Google this one. Only 14% of you think that I'm better than my own mother at Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Okay, let's find out. True. She is actually so goated at this game. Like, you do not understand how cracked she is at Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Like, I remember watching her play it when I was a kid with my dad, and they're nutty. They're insane. Which means you guys get a lot of beans. 82 beans. Not bad at all. Okay, you guys broke 100. Next question. How many Jelly Belly beans are in this jar? Good luck. 11% say 640, 16% say 152, 47% say 0, and 26% say 438. 0! There is no branding on those beans. They're just regular jelly beans. You rat? What do you mean? What do you mean? It was a simple question. Well done to the 47% of you who saw through my little ruse. I'm impressed. Let's move on to the next slide. Hello, my name is Jack. Do you have any magic beans for me? All right, chat. You have 202 magic beans. Would you like to give some to Jack? What does some mean? I don't know. All right, 71% of you say yes. 53, you're gonna give him 53 of your magic beans. You said yes, he reached into your satchel and took 53. I think that's a pretty good life lesson. I don't know. Thank you for the beans! And he scampered off. I wonder if you're gonna see those beans ever again. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I don't know. Guess Legume. Here's how you guys are gonna pick. I am going to choose somebody random to pick what bean you guys are going to have. And then I'm just not going to look at chat for like 30 seconds just to make sure that you have it locked in, okay? All right, looks like it's Wizard Dude. And Wizard Dude says, what happened to our magic beans? You still have them. They're just not displayed at the moment. I'm going to give you the first question. Is it green? Ooh, that's a really good question. No, it is not green. We're going to come back here and we're going to update it with some red X's. Now it's my turn for a question. Does your bean have eyes? That's my question. Does your bean have eyes? No? Okay, let me update my board. It does not have eyes. So it's not Laser Bean. It's not the Cool Bean. It's not Sean Bean. And it's not Bean Meme. Okay, wonderful. All right, your turn for a question. Is it edible? Yes, it is edible. Are humans edible? I'm gonna say no. Okay, the cans aren't edible. That's what we were saying. The beans inside are. I only show the cans, but there's beans inside. Okay, fine. We're gonna play that way. We're gonna play that way. So according to you guys, refried beans are not edible. Got it. Does your bean have the color green in its photo? So is there any green at all in the photo? No? Okay, no green at all. Okay, so that gets rid of lima beans. That gets rid of jelly beans, edamame, cocoa bean, and beanbag chair. So I have 6 more. Is it any shade of brown? Yes. Yes, it is. All right, you're down to 3. Well, we have it narrowed down to like the same ones practically. This is hard. Is your bean reflective? No? Okay, I'm down to 3. Kidney, pinto, and soybeans. All right, your guys' turn. Wizard Dude says, is it cocoa beans? It is not cocoa bean. All right, let's see. 1 in 3 chance. Is your bean more than 1 word? Yes, it's more than 1 word. Okay, so it's not soybeans. All right, I have it narrowed down to 2. You guys do too. You have a 50-50 chance here. You have 50-50 chance. Okay, Wizard Dude says, is it soybeans? Let me double check. It'd be awkward if it wasn't. Yes. Yes, indeed, it was soybeans. That's a W. Good job, Wizard Dude. Good job, all of you. That was a team effort. We'll give you... How many should I give you for that? I'll give you 200 for that. That was pretty good. All right, Robo Bro. You guys won last time, so I'm going to ask the first question. I think that's fair. Does your bean have 2 words in its name? No, it doesn't. Ooh, that's good for me. Wow, that was a great first question. Let's go. I wiped the entire board, which just goes to show I don't know how to make a Guess Who board very well. Okay, Robo Bro, your turn for a question. You better make it a good one, because I am on fire this round. Does your bean not have 2 words? Yes, it does not have 2 words. Same result, exact same result. Okay, I want to be creative. If you had 10 of these beans in your pocket, would you be taken aside at TSA for questioning? What kind of question is that? I don't know. It's a good question. It's a good question. We'll do it based off of what RoboBro says. But I see a lot of people saying no. See a lot of people saying yes. Probably not. Okay, so I wouldn't get in trouble for having 10 of these in my pocket. I think if I had 10 copies of Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, I think I'd be taken aside because that is like, it's very clunky. If you had 10 of those in your pocket, it might look like you have a bomb in your pants. That goes for Lord of the Beans as well, and the Cool Bean. I think for all 3 of those, if I had those, I would get pulled aside for questioning. And then as far as the Chicago Bean goes, I'm gonna go to jail because I stole the Chicago Bean. So I think it's down to edamame, jelly beans, and soybeans. Now it's time for your guys' guess. You have like 4 Chicago beans in your pocket right now? I don't believe you. Send proof. Send a photo in the Discord. I don't believe you. Is your bean bigger than a kidney bean? Yes, my bean is bigger than a kidney bean. We're removing jelly beans and soybeans. Do I look like the type of guy that would like these beans? Do I look like the type of guy who would appreciate your bean? Yep. You think I would like these beans? Okay. I think I give off jelly bean vibes. Not gonna lie, I think I give off major edamame vibes. So I'm gonna leave that there as well. However, I don't think I give off soybean vibes. So I'm gonna get rid of that, which takes me down to a 50-50, assuming I'm on the right track. All right, Robo Bro, time to bring it home. Lord of the Beans? Let me pull up my screen. Did you guys have edamame? Was your bean edamame? Because yes, my second character was Lord of the Beans. That was going to be my next guess. Dang it. I was beating around the bush too much. Okay, let's give you another 200 beans. So you're at 549. You're over halfway. You guys are over halfway. And you still have one more round of Guess Who. I have the brain power of an elephant with dementia. Is it bean-shaped? Yes, it is bean-shaped. Does your bean have text in its image? No letters? Okay. Feel pretty good about that. Off to a good start. If the bean was planted, would it grow? Yes. If the bean was planted, it would grow. All right. I think that's it. I know you guys are going to say, oh, but the laser bean, that game is Plants vs. Zombies, where you plant plants and they grow. In real life, obviously, in soil. You didn't ask me if it was IRL. You just asked me, if you planted this bean, would it grow? They don't grow, they get spawned? Then why does Crazy Dave say, hey, take some of these seeds and grow these plants? He doesn't say spawn these plants. He says grow these plants. So I think for the sake of that, we're gonna keep Laserbean. We're gonna keep Laserbean. Is there more than one of your bean in the image? Yes, there is more than one. Wonderful. Okay, your guys' turn. Is it a pile in the image? Yes. I think that just gets rid of Laserbean. Pinto and soy? How is that not a pile of beans? You can see that there are beans underneath. Like, those are on top of each other. I think soybeans are a pile, but you guys say no. So, I'll throw you a bone. We'll compromise. Soybeans are not a pile. That was fun. I love semantics, don't you? Is your bean in the color of the rainbow? No? Can you eat these beans without any extra processing? I don't know my beans as well as I should, so I'm gonna look that up. Yes, you can eat them without processing. That was a very good question. I wonder what it could be. I guess you'll have to guess on the next question. This is gonna be crazy. Is your bean the cocoa bean? Yes, let's go! There's no way it's the cocoa bean. I can't believe I'm the greatest Guess Legume player of all time! Rigged? What do you mean rigged? We both chose cocoa? Au contraire, you don't know what I chose. You never guessed it. Because you won the 2 out of 3, I'll give you 50. We'll put you at an even 5.99. Chat, you guys did phenomenal in Guess Legume. Now my question for you is... Hello again! Do you have any more magic beans for me? Are you guys gonna give more beans to Jack? Look at him. Look how beanless he is. He has no beans in his life. Do you think it'll pay off? I don't know. Number between 1 and 5.99. Let's see how many beans you give him. You give him 500 beans. That's crazy. You give Jack 500 of your magic beans. That is so much more funny to me than it should be. I love Jack. Hey, maybe it'll pay off. You don't know what he's doing with those beans. All right, you're down to 99 beans. See you later. I can't believe he stole all your beans again. I don't think I've laughed this hard in my life. You only have 99 beans, but you did a good deed today for the second time, and maybe it'll pay off. All right, Whifflings, on to the third and final minigame. Most wanted. This is Billy the Bean. Billy is wanted in 32 states for vehicular bean slaughter. But look at him, surely it wasn't his fault. I don't think he meant to do it. But yeah, Billy is on the lam, and you guys have to find him. Billy is hiding somewhere in my room right now. I'm gonna give you guys a few guesses to try and find out where Billy is. So let me show you my room. I'm gonna give you guys 3 guesses. Starkey the Goose. Take a guess. Where could he be? I should mention, there's a 500 bean reward if you're able to find. Is he visible from this angle or like under or behind something? He is under or behind something. Under the tail hat? No, Billy isn't under the undertail hat. That's a solid guess though. That's a solid guess. That does seem like the kind of place I would hide it. Kira, are you here, Kira? All right, Kira, what are you thinking? Where could Billy be hiding? Is he behind the cans? Is he on my person? Is he in the closet somewhere? Behind the microphone? Is that your final guess? Don't worry, Billy, they're not gonna find you. Yeah? Okay. He is not behind the microphone. That would have been a crazy hiding spot. Hans de Blob. All right, it's the final guess for where he is. Where do you think he's hiding? You think the closet would be too obvious, and so would the beans. Maybe that's why it's so genius. Maybe I hid it somewhere obvious, knowing that you wouldn't guess somewhere obvious. You know what? I say it's under the hat you are using right now. Is that your final guess? Are you sure I wouldn't put it somewhere more obvious? Ladies and gentlemen, Hans de Blob is correct. He's been hiding under my hat this whole time. Look, there he is, the wanted convict. W's in chat for Hans. I'll turn him into the authorities, but you guys get the reward. You are back to $5.99. And now, you're probably wondering what was going on with Jack, right? You know what's funny? If you didn't give Jack any beans, you would definitely have enough. You would definitely have enough if you didn't give Jack any beans. Hello, I've saved your beans for you, plus interest. If you can guess what number I'm thinking of, I will give them back to you. Woo-hoo! All right, it all comes down to this, chat. You have a 50-50. Is he thinking of a number below 50 or a number above 75? All right, 62% say above, 38% say below. Let's see if you're right. Moment of truth. Ladies and gentlemen, despite the odds, despite generosity, you guys did it! Chat, you guys picked it! Let's go! Against the odds, you guys got the correct number that Jack was thinking of, which means you get all of his beans that you gave him, plus interest. I'm so proud of you, my Mickerleagues, and let this be a lesson of generosity. I think that's the moral of today's story. When you pay someone forward... No. What am I trying to say? When you're generous to others, generosity will come your way as well. Atomic Uno, Dennis Greek Gamer, Derplink, Golden Animations, and Trend by Power. 5 gifted subs. GG.